Health Educator Interview Presentation by Mikhail Holmes. Miss Lisa Lynn Peacock was so very kind and allowed me to interview her for this project. Who is Lisa Peacock? I will first discuss her education, work experience, and accomplishments. Miss Lisa Peacock is one of our own University of Florida alumni. She graduated in 2003 with a Bachelor's of Science in Health Education specializing in health promotion. She is a member of the Florida Association of Professional Health Educators, which is an organization that promotes health education through professional development and advocacy. She is also a member of Eta Sigma Gamma, a National Health Education Honor Society that promotes discipline by elevating standards, ideas, competence, and ethics of professionally prepared men and women in health education. Ms. Peacock is a certified health education specialist, intrinsic coach, personal trainer, and she holds a certification in multiple sclerosis information and referral. Ms. Peacock has a background in nonprofit and corporate wellness, and she specializes in educating the community on diabetes prevention. Ms. Peacock has been employed by the YMCA for 7 years. She has held several different positions with them, and currently she is the Director of Healthy Living Innovations and Chronic Disease Prevention at YMCA of Florida's First Coast, which advocates healthy living as a way to stop disease. For over 3 years, she was the Diabetes Prevention Program Coordinator for YMCA of Florida's First Coast, and she was a Wellness Director at YMCA's Florida First Coast Flagler Family Center. For 2 years, she worked as a health educator and project manager at Health Designs Incorporated. In 2012, she was named the YMCA of Florida's First Coast Employee of the Year for her dedication and commitment to being a cause-driven leader. In 2008, she was awarded the Single Great Night honoree for professional success, community involvement, and her commitment to helping find a cure for cystic fibrosis in Jacksonville. Now that we have background information on Ms. Lisa Peacock, we will continue to the interview. The interview took place over the phone. We were unable to meet in person due to location and scheduling conflict. We corresponded through emails and phone calls. I will be paraphrasing and quoting Ms. Peacock's answers to my questions. Let me read it. How did you get started as a health education specialist? Ms. Peacock's response: she graduated from the University of Florida with a bachelor's in health education. She interned at Health Designs, which is a company that specializes in corporate wellness. Through networking while interning, she worked with different partners in Jacksonville, which led her to working as a Multiple Sclerosis Society event planner, and later she worked in information referrals, where she discovered she really enjoyed working with nonprofit organizations. She went on to be a personal trainer at Brooks Health and Fitness with the YMCA. This opened a door for her to work in wellness and diabetes prevention at the YMCA, where she is now the Director of Healthy Living Innovations. It took her about 10 years before she became established as a health educator, but she gained a lot of valuable experience in the different settings that she worked in. What interests you the most about working as a health education specialist? Ms. Peacock's response: working with partners in Jacksonville. By working with different health systems in the community, partnerships are built that are able to do extraordinary things within the community. What skills or traits are important to have as a health education specialist? Ms. Peacock's response: health coaching, taking any training that emphasizes listening as a first aspect. Adaptability and flexibility is important. There are no set hours as a health education specialist. You will find yourself working nights and weekends, coming in early and staying late. You have to be adaptable. Organization skills have to be strong because you may be planning more than one event at a time, and being organized is a must. Being market savvy. To reach the population, you have to be a jack of all trades. Most important, finding a niche. Become an expert in a certain area. I fell in love for nonprofit work, so I am working to be an expert in that area. Do you prefer working as an individual or on a team? Ms. Peacock's response was, I enjoy both aspects. Working individually is good when you understand the concepts. Working on a team is great for balancing and brainstorming. You can use the help of teamwork to get other ideas, so working on a team is very dynamic. Community change is not an individual effort. It takes a team to make it work. Can you give me an example of when you worked on a team to reach a goal? Ms. Peacock's response was, Florida First Coast YMCA worked with Baptist Health to create Healthy Living Center that brings hospital programs and prevention into the community. Teamwork helped define policies, created procedures to put those policies in place, market the campaign to the community, mediate between the hospital and the community when needed, and track the information properly. The Healthy Living Center has been open over a year, and we're starting to see a change in the community. How do you cope with changing situations and conflicting deadlines? Ms. Peacock's response, there's always competing priorities. I don't think I've perfected managing it at all. Talk with a team really helps. There will be times where there are too many things to do and you don't know where to start. So communicating with a team for guidance really helps. How do you find working to deadlines? Ms. Peacock's response was, I am a great individual. I enjoy working with leaders who are more black and white, and I like working within their structure. Deadlines are tricky, so prepping is essential, and setting reminders always helps. Do you feel that interning benefited your career? Ms. Peacock's response, yes, interning set me up for success. It helped me see what a full-time health education professional looks like. Internship was a great experience for a job in health education, and it helped me set me up for my future. What are your hobbies? Ms. Peacock's response, I enjoy photography. I love going to concerts in Jacksonville and attending community-style events and exploring the area. I really fell in love with Jacksonville, and I also love health advocacy. What are your long-term goals? Ms. Peacock's response, finish school and receive a second bachelor's degree in nutrition and becoming certified as a DTR, RD, or a CDE. I have a desire to work more with diabetes. Health is changing with technology. I want to help the YMCA develop a health education track to make more people health coaches. Any advice or last words you would like to leave? Ms. Peacock's response, health education is a young profession and a new concept, but the way healthcare is going, it will continue to grow. More and more people are getting focused on health promotion and health behavior. We have learned in school with the help that will help in careers. Behavior skills are a plus. Always ask open-ended questions. It can take years for people to make a change, and we as health educators are there to help them. Lisa Peacock's contributions. This information was retrieved from Florida's First Coast YMCA list of support groups. As stated by the YMCA, they offer free monthly support groups for people with diabetes. The YMCA is also partnered with the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation to offer encouragement, motivation, and support to those living with type 1 diabetes. The YouTube link provided below is to the YMCA of Florida's First Coast Diabetes Prevention Program. The video gives more information on how the program has helped those in the community living with diabetes. Lisa Peacock's contributions. This information was retrieved from Baptist Health list of locations. The Y Healthy Living Centers is a partnership between Baptist Health and YMCA that makes integrated health programs accessible to the community. There are 2 locations, one in Mandarin area of Jacksonville and the other in Ponte Vedra, Florida. A 3rd location will open this year in the Riverside area of Jacksonville. These facilities are open 5 days a week and provide health risk assessment and health promotion programs to the community. Ms. Peacock was very nice and was committed to participating with this interview. I was having problems with finding a candidate to interview, and by chance I was able to get in contact with her. Her schedule was really busy, and she seldom was in her office, but she emailed or called me whenever her schedule permitted and was very nice about everything. She actually called me en route to a meeting to conduct the interview since we were having trouble conflicting a session. She's very kind and made the interview process easy because her personality allowed me to feel comfortable. I feel that she really loves what she does. She spoke very passionately about the field. I had been feeling that I was unsure that health education and promotion was the correct path for me. After listening to her response, I became optimistic about being a health education specialist. I am actually really excited to go on my internship. After the interview was over, we talked a little more about interning. She said the place where she interned gave her a chance to work in different aspects of health education. She really got to put her hands on everything, so when she looked for a career, she felt confident with discussing her accomplishments and skills. What really resonated in me was finding my niche. I really could not explain to people where I wanted to work at in health education. After talking to Ms. Peacock, I'm no longer nervous about that because I understand that as I gain experience, I will discover where I fit in at. Ms. Peacock ended the conversation by letting me know that I can keep in contact with her and she will be more than happy to help me along my career path. That really meant a lot to me, and this is a contact I plan to keep.